On August 19th, Tom Sandoval walked onto the America's Got Talent stage carrying far more than a trumpet and a mic. With the bright lights glaring and millions of eyes watching, the Vanderpump Rules star was not just performing a song, he was battling to reshape his image. Known equally for his reality TV fame and infamous cheating scandal dubbed Sandoval, Sandoval had come to AGT not only as a musician fronting his band, Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras, but also as a man searching for a kind of public redemption. The act began dramatically. Sandoval descended from a platform while the band launched into a cover of The Weeknd's Blinding Lights. With his signature flair, confetti raining down, and his trumpet gleaming under the stage lights, it was clear that the performance was designed to dazzle. However, just as the momentum was building, Judge Simon Cowell abruptly slammed his red buzzer. The shrill buzz sliced through the performance, stunning both the audience and the viewers at home. Cowell didn't mince words when it came time to give feedback. "That did not sound good," he said plainly. "I like Tom, I like the band, but it didn't sound great." The critique, sharp and direct as always, landed like a gut punch. For many contestants, being buzzed mid-performance is crushing, but for Sandoval, already under a magnifying glass because of his past, it felt like more than a technical review. It was personal. Or at least, that's how it seemed. Sandoval took the judgment in stride but didn't shy away from offering an explanation. Backstage, speaking with reporters, he revealed that he had experienced technical difficulties. His in-ear monitors weren't working, which made it difficult to hear himself. "I was flying blind up there," he admitted. "I definitely could have been better. I should have focused more on vocals instead of movement. It's not an excuse, but it affected me." His tone wasn't defensive, but vulnerable. Still, the moment was interrupted by Mel B, who had praised the performance, calling out from across the room, "Stop making excuses." It was a real-time reminder that when you're trying to come back from a fall, the world doesn't always offer gentle hands. Yet Sandoval kept his composure. He owned his shortcomings and also emphasized that, despite the criticism, he had genuinely enjoyed the experience. "I had a blast," he said. "Honestly, I didn't even know Simon buzzed me until afterward." That blend of humility and showmanship, acknowledging missteps but standing by the performance, was classic Sandoval. For a man who had spent over a year weathering public judgment, rejection, and a PR nightmare, the AGT stage had become something of a proving ground. This wasn't just a reality star dabbling in music, it was a deeply personal risk. And while the notes may have fallen flat, his willingness to be vulnerable on stage was undeniable. Interestingly, not all the judges were as harsh as Cowell. Sofia Vergara noted that while the sound was not amazing, she appreciated the energy and spectacle. Howie Mandel, always one for empathy, praised the vibe, "You're just people having fun up there, and that's what this show is about." Mel B gave him a standing ovation, saying the act made her smile and complimenting his commitment to performance. Their mixed reactions reflected the central conflict of Sandoval's AGT journey. Is talent always about technical perfection, or is it also about heart, growth, and charisma? This wasn't Sandoval's first trip to the AGT stage. During his earlier audition in June, he and his band performed a Haas Take on Me. That performance had also drawn skepticism from Cowell, who again criticized the vocals, but nonetheless sent him through to the next round. In that earlier appearance, Sandoval had briefly addressed his scandal, owning up to mistakes and acknowledging that the experience had been humbling. The AGT platform gave him a shot at shedding the tabloid labels and reclaiming his identity as a musician and entertainer. It seemed to work, at least then. But the August 19th performance reminded everyone that a comeback is never linear. Sandoval's critics, of which there are many, took to social media to call out his shaky vocals and suggest that he was riding the wave of reality fame more than earning a spot through musical skill. Supporters, on the other hand, applauded his bravery for stepping onto a national stage and exposing himself to such high-stakes scrutiny. To them, the performance wasn't a failure but a step forward. Sandoval himself seemed somewhere in the middle. Honest about the flaws but proud of the effort, he framed the night as a learning experience. "I got through it as best I could," he said. "It wasn't perfect, but it was real." That statement, in its simplicity, perhaps encapsulates his entire approach to his post-scandal career. Real, flawed, passionate, that's the Sandoval brand now. The fact that Simon Cowell buzzed him wasn't just a moment of dramatic TV, it was symbolic. Cowell, as the arbiter of mainstream taste, delivered a verdict that will stick with Sandoval, fair or not. Yet the buzzer wasn't the end. Sandoval wasn't eliminated that night. There was still a path forward, still a chance that his sincerity and showmanship might resonate with fans enough to keep his name in the game. Off stage, the bigger question loomed. Can Tom Sandoval truly shift the narrative? Can a man best known for breaking hearts and betraying trust transform himself into a legitimate artist, one respected for more than just reality drama? The AGT platform offered a kind of public jury, and the verdict was still out. But regardless of how far he goes in the competition, the fact that Sandoval showed up, faced Cowell's buzzer, and kept his head high said something about his resilience. As he wrapped his post-show interviews, he seemed to reflect on more than just the performance. "This is all part of the process," he said. "I'm not trying to be perfect, I'm trying to be better." And maybe that's what resonated most. Not the high notes or the choreography or the flash, but the humanity. In the glare of judgment, in the face of failure, Sandoval chose to show up. Maybe that's what real talent looks like, flawed but fearless.